Nervous, because I am. Close your eyes for a quick second. Imagine a deer in the headlights. Open your eyes. Hi, I'm the deer. Okay. All right. So my project was titled In the Beginning, There Is Art. And truthfully, I needed money for supplies. So number one reason why I wrote the grant. Second reason, kids, because they need supplies and that's where the money comes in. So I kind of tweaked some lesson plans that I had, but made it more efficient, I hope, and I think. So the idea here is that students are coming from grade schools, many grade schools, probably even in your areas, do not have arts teachers sometimes. So I get kids that are, I love how Mr. Moon said this a while ago, sometimes kids who really don't care about a subject, but at the same point in time are in there. But I get kids who are aware of some art elements, but do not know how to put it together into a successful piece of artwork. And so with the grant, we're able to provide materials, because that's only part of it. You have to teach the basics as far as what are the elements of art. I like comparing it to a house. I mean, we don't start building the house with the roof. We start with the foundation. And for art, for music, I imagine too, even for Spanish, English, we all start out learning those simple vocab and the basic steps. So that's what I do with Art 1, and that's who this grant is targeted toward. They learn the elements of design. Most of that is probably a traditional style teaching where they are some PowerPoints and some lecturing a little bit, but they get to introduce, I'll use the element of line, for example. You know, line is a path created by a point moving through space. Geometry would say something totally different. But look around us in this room at the lines that we can identify. So they're everywhere. Shapes, forms, colors, textures. So we go through each of those, and we do them one at a time, of course, but as we're going over the element of shape, we talk about the educational side of it. But then they need the materials to do the hands-on part. And that's where the money, the grant, all that comes in. So they are allowed to produce, to practice, to trial and error, because playing an instrument is trial and error, I'm sure, but creating art's trial and error. And I have to use Miss Flannery, she's in here right now. She was one of my students a long time ago, and I feel like I sucked way back then, a little bit better now. But she posts a lot of her art online nowadays, and I'm looking at it always just amazed. I hope that had a little bit to do with that. But so in the end, I hope that students are exposed to learning these elements, but also to creating these elements. So at the very end, maybe 20 years down the road, they'll look back and they'll say, hey, I learned how colors are complementary back in art class back in the day. So maybe Johnny, whatever their son, daughter's name is, you can't wear those two colors together. They're horrible, you know, they clash. Or maybe, I hate to be stereotypical here, but the wife's redoing the living room and those colors don't work together, honey. Let's go monochromatic, okay? So I think it is very real world applicable, and I hope and I believe in April to show you some more results, some student product. How will this be assessed besides student product? Of course, COSA now is doing arts testing this year, and I believe some of the things the students are learning will be on COSA. I did a survey at the beginning of the class this year to see what the student knew when they come into the class, and then in April, before our big shindig here, I'm going to do another survey to compare what they know then to what they knew at the beginning. So that's my spiel for now. So thank you.